Are you having a hard time taking your online leads and turning it into business? If so, this is the video you're going to want to check out. Let me show you some of the best practices that we found for following up with real estate leads that are generated online. These best practices will help you increase your conversion rate significantly. Take a look. Hey everyone, Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. If you're new to our channel, welcome. We're so glad you're here. What we're all about is helping real estate agents just like you generate more leads, set more appointments, and close more transactions. So if that's what you're after, more leads, appointments, transactions, this is the place to be. Please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. Before I get going on today's video, one quick note. Down in the link or down in the description below, I'll put a link to our 2-hour Facebook Masters class. It is a free 2-hour course. Shows you all of the best practices of everything that we're doing to help our clients generate more leads, turn those into appointments, and close more deals. So make sure you go check that out. 2 hours of your time well spent, totally free. Now, in today's video, what we're going to be talking about is your real estate lead follow-up methodology. Some of the best practices we've learned after generating over 60,000 leads online. These are the things that we help our clients implement to help them get better conversion rates. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I was just updating some information on a CE class that I teach, and so we'll just kind of go through this a little bit. But basically, the major problems that people have, I attended a training that Zillow did once, just because I wanted to see what they were teaching people about lead follow-up. They shared a couple of screenshots, and they're the two shots that I'm going to show you here. This is the first one. This is the number of attempts people make in following up with a lead. You'll notice 47% of the time, they don't even follow up at all. Isn't that crazy? People who are paying them thousands of dollars a month to generate leads, and almost half the time the lead is never even followed up on. That's crazy to me. 24% of the time, they only follow up once. So if you add those two together, 71% of the time, agents are only contacting the lead once or less. Here's why that's significant. You'll notice that this screenshot is just showing your likelihood of making contact. So if all you did was attempt to contact them once, your chance of being successful is, and this isn't converting, this is just making contact. Your chance of making contact is 39%, right? And this is what the majority of agents are doing, is they're only trying once, right? They do it once. If they don't get a response, they move on. They call it a quote unquote bad lead. And if that's your expectation, you're going to fail miserably, and this screenshot shows why. If you attempt even a second time, your response rate almost doubles. And from there, it's just depending on how many times you attempt to contact. So from our perspective and the things that I've seen over all these leads, one of the major areas where people fail is they just don't have enough contacts as part of their system. So as we talk about best practices, things that you can do to significantly increase your conversion rates. Number one, the speed to lead is everything. The speed with which you contact that lead is super critical. They have found that if you're contacting them within the first 5 minutes of the lead being generated, your conversion rate is 9 times higher than if you don't. So where this becomes super critical is as leads are being generated online, there are times where you're going to be available to contact them right away and times where you're not. Now, in the times where you're not available to contact them right away, we highly recommend using technology. So having some kind of a CRM, some kind of a follow-up system, or hiring an ISA, an independent sales agent. That's obviously an optimal situation. Of all the different ways of contacting people, call, text, email, we have found by tons of experience and tons of data that text messaging is by far the highest response rate. Phone calls would be next, and then email has the lowest response rate of everything that we've tested. So we do recommend being able to touch base. You want to have some kind of technology that's helping you be able to reach out within the first 5 minutes of the lead being generated, especially in times where you're not available to contact them. The second thing that you can do to significantly increase your conversion rate is what we call multi-touch, multi-channel. So multi-touch is what we were talking about. We don't want to contact them once. We want to have multiple touch points. A lot of the systems that we put our clients on, it's a 120-day text message follow-up. And then once the person responds, then they will be followed up with a live ISA to be able to try and turn that response into a phone appointment. So multi-touch, we want to contact them multiple times, and multi-channel, text, email, phone calls. There isn't one methodology that works for everybody. Some people prefer text, most people. Some people prefer phone calls. Some people prefer emails. Again, the more methods and the more touch points you have, that's only going to help you with your follow-up. The third part is improve what you're offering. I have found so many follow-up systems from agents where it's so sales-oriented. When do you want to go see the home? When do you want to go see the home? When do you want to go see the home? It only takes one or two of those messages before people get irritated. If you offer additional information, things that are valuable to people, you'll notice your response rate will increase significantly. Offering things like a buyer's guide, a seller's guide, a free market analysis, neighborhood reports, school reports, those kinds of things that are unique will help you with your conversion rate. So offer things that are valuable, and you'll notice that if what you're offering is valuable, people will respond to get that information from you. Fourth thing, take a long-term approach. One of the mistakes I see people make is they get a lead, they're having a conversation, and the lead's like, well, we're not going to do anything until the next 6 months, or, it's going to be a year before we're ready. And the person, the agent says, well, that's a bad lead. They're not doing anything right now. And I just kind of want to shake my head and say, why are you making this so hard on yourself? Right? If they're doing something in the road, great. It's a pipeline lead. Put it in your pipeline and just manage it. Contact them periodically. So we want to fill up your pipeline with as many leads as possible, knowing that some are going to come through quick and some are going to take time, but they're all valuable. If you keep following up and you keep staying in touch and you're offering valuable information, you're likely the one that they're going to use when the time comes. But you completely eliminate that possibility when you just say, oh, it's a bad lead, and you move on. So if you know that most of the leads that are going to respond today are not ready to do something today, right? You've just got to take a long-term approach. So you want to make sure that your follow-up system and your methodology incorporates this time period into account. Otherwise, you're just leaving money on the table. Fifth, retargeted ads. This is a major part of our strategy, is we want to target people with ads continually on Facebook. So in addition to the follow-up that's happening outside of Facebook, they're going to continue to see ads inside Facebook. These ads are going to be focused on getting them to know, like, and trust you, right? This is really the missing element. People in real estate do business with people that they know, like, and trust. Relationships are super critical with this high-level transaction where, this is a type of transaction that the average person's only going to do a handful of times their entire life. So to get them to know, like, and trust you is when they start feeling comfortable that you're the person that they want to work with. That only happens with a little bit of repetition, providing valuable information, following up and offering things, right? Being that go-to person takes a little time and a little resource and some resources to do that, but it's well worth your time to do it. Because if you're going to be generating leads, generating a lead is one thing. Getting that lead ready to do business with you is a completely different thing, and that's what we're talking about here. So if we can offer them information, show videos of market updates, show them what's going on, let them see testimonials from some of your past clients. These kinds of things will just generate credibility, authority, getting them to the point where they're ready to do business with you. And so these are, and then lastly, repeat. Again, most people, they fail just because they aren't doing enough on the side of lead follow-up. There are things that you can do to increase your conversion rates, things that you can do that will make it so that more of these leads are responding to you. So these are some of the best practices that we've learned, over 60,000 leads, of how to increase that conversion rate, right? It's all about the follow-up. The money's in the follow-up, and this is where you're going to make your money. So if you found that helpful, take a split second, click that thumbs up button down below. We appreciate your support. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you as in our community. We put out new videos like this all the time, new tips, tricks, strategies to help you grow your business. Also, I will put up a couple of videos right here that you can use. You can watch right now to learn more tips and strategies to grow. And then also, if you're curious about the services that we provide where we do these kind of things for you, make sure you go look in the description down below. You'll find a link to our website and more information about our done-for-you services. So that is it. Make it a great week. Keep crushing it in your real estate business. As always, if we can help, let us know. Otherwise, we will see you on the next video. Take care.